All right, friends, so we're looking on page 17 here in your packet. And I just want to go through and kind of summarize how to write an effective summary with these quick notes. I told you I would give you the keys to unlocking our summary. And of course, we got to have our combination to open that safe to have a nice thorough summary. All right, so let's write this down. Please write with me. Remember, the first key here is you have to differentiate interesting details, okay, and important details. Remember talking about the skin. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to hear about that, like 70%, kind of gross, of our dust is made up of skin cells. But was that really important to explain the difference between snake skins and human skins? No. Interesting, but not the most important. Only the important. Next, I need to identify what is the text structure. Now remember, if I am writing too quickly, you can always pause your video to catch up. What is the text structure? What's the author doing? Are they describing, comparing, contrasting? Are they putting something in order or sequence? What are they doing? Because that's going to help you with your verb. The third key is to make sure you identify, what have we been talking about so much lately? The main idea and the details. Because once you have a good solid main idea and you add in your 2 to 3 details, you have officially found the third key to unlocking that nonfiction summary. Okay? All right, pause if you need to have the moment to write that down. I'm going to slide all the way down to the bottom of your page. Now, let's just simply look here and identify our text. Okay? Is this a whole passage? What kind of text is this? What would we write down here for our text? To me, it looks like a paragraph. So I would start off my main idea sentence with something like, in this paragraph. I'm going to have to go outside my box a little, and that's okay. So in this paragraph, it was a whole selection. You could say in this passage, but it's just one paragraph. Okay, now I don't know just yet what verb I'm going to use because I have to read it. I got to figure out what is the author doing here. Now, as I'm reading, I want you following along with me. Here we go. There are many fascinating mineral formations that can be found inside caves. 2 of the most well-known are stalactites and stalagmites. A stalactite is a formation that hangs from a cave ceiling and looks like an icicle. It is formed when mineral deposits drip through the ceiling of the cave. In contrast, a stalagmite is attached to the floor of the ceiling. It grows in an upward pattern. It is formed when mineral deposits drip from the cave ceiling. While stalactites are usually pointed, stalagmites tend to have rounded or flattened tips. Well, what is this talking about? What is the author doing here in this passage? I see words kind of like signal words that say in contrast, right? Okay. So that sounds to me that we are kind of comparing and contrasting here 2 different ideas. So we can say that in this paragraph, what is the author doing? The author compares and contrasts what? Contrast what? Here's that big what question we keep talking about with your main idea. What is it they're comparing and contrasting? Can you find it? What's the main subject? I see it right here. Stalactites and stalagmites. So let's jot that down. Make sure I'm looking at my passage because I'm going to let you in on a little hint. Mrs. Somick is not a very good speller, but I can always look right here to help me spell out my words. Please make sure you look at your papers if you're struggling with some spelling too. Don't tell anyone. All right, so let's review. In this paragraph, the author compares and contrasts stalactites and stalagmites. Okay, and what? What about them? What is this author doing? Well, I know that stalactites will hang from the ceiling and stalagmites will grow up from the floor. So that's telling me how each one of these different mineral formations, how they actually form. Okay? So, and describes how they are formed. It's describing how they're different from one another. How are they formed? So let's put this all together. All right, we're going to put it all together to have one main idea sentence. Okay, in this paragraph, the author compares and contrasts stalactites and stalagmites and describes how they are formed. That's an excellent main idea sentence. But do you remember, besides the main idea, what do I need to back it up to complete, slide that down, to complete my summary? Do you remember? 2 to 3 what? 2 to 3 details. Now, I'm not going to ask you to jot down the 2 to 3 details. Let's just pick up our pencils and let's find them and underline them. Okay? So if we're looking at how they're formed, how are stalactites formed? What could I underline in here that would tell me that? Can you find it? All right, so it says right here, a stalactite is a formation, that hangs from a cave ceiling and looks like an icicle. All right, but what about a stalagmite? Oh, here we go. A stalagmite is attached to the floor of the cave and it grows in an upward pattern. So these are 2 important, not just interesting, but important details that we would want to put alongside that. So if you put this all together, you would have an excellent summary. In this paragraph, the author compares and contrasts stalactites and stalagmites and describes how they are formed. A stalactite is a formation that hangs from a cave ceiling and looks like an icicle. A stalagmite is attached to the floor of the cave. It grows in an upward path. So that would be unlocking the full summary. Just remember, main idea plus 2 to 3 details is going to give you the summary you need. Okay, make sure you have this, please, copied down in your packet. You can shoot a picture over to your teacher just so they can see what you've done here. I'd love to see what you guys come up with. But today is just copying down our notes for what we're going to continue working on this week. Hope you're having a great day. Take care.